All right. I am fed. I am better. Ready to reattack. Uh, we'll see how fascinating this even is because I think what's going to happen now. I came up here and I actually started attacking before I even turned this on. I hate this, but I think what needs to happen is that closet right there. No, I don't hate this. This is good. It's got to get emptied. It's got to empty because I need a closet. And a lot of that stuff can organize really nicely. Uh, I mean, some of it's garbage, frankly, honestly. There's some buckets in there. A lot of it's stuff that we put in there when it's stuff that needs to coordinate and organize other places. Like there's glaze pencils that need to go someplace else. I opened the door and realized we'd put stuff in there when we started painting and everything up here. And so there's just chaos shoved in that closet. It's just chaos. And so I got to attack that closet. And then that closet can become where some other things are more organized and not on the floor. But first, the closet's got to get attacked. So here we go. Also, I would just like to note because I went over to the house from the studio to have food. And it's the first time I'd looked in a mirror because I got dressed over here in the studio. I have studio clothes there's a bedroom right over there with the dresser and studio clothes stuff that's stuff to just get completely messed up and that people can even borrow if they want to, if they're over here and they're like, ah, crap, I don't have my studio clothes. I forgot my smock or whatever. If there's something that they can fit, free reign, man. And the whole idea is that it can just get completely destroyed because it's crap. Um, which is good because this is the most unattractive shirt I may have ever seen in my entire life. I had no idea. It's one of those things. I mean, I guess I did because I put it over here in the crap stuff. I'd gotten it on one of those online thrift stores where it looks like something nice and then you order it. And I always get stuff from the online thrift stores when they're like 75% off. And so by the time I get it, it is cheaper to keep it than return it because whatever they're going to charge to return it is more than what I paid for the item. Because by the time I order it, it's like a $2 item, man. So it's way more expensive. It's like $3 to return it and it's a $2 item. I'm not going to return it. It's a rag at that point. And so this is like a $2 shirt. Uh, and so I got it and I didn't like the way it looked, obviously. And so it came over here to be a junket shirt instead. And it's a large, so it's a little big on me and whatnot. But oh my God, this is like the most unattractive fitting thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I had no idea. Why didn't one of you tell? Why didn't anybody tell me? I know it's because this isn't actually live, but dog, why would anyone make anything like this? I had no idea. Anyway, it's a good thing it's to be junked, but I had no idea. I had not a clue. So that was a really interesting experience when I walked in and saw what this looked like. So we're going over the closet in question. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Those are the steps, the back steps. Jesse jokes and calls them the servant steps because they're the steps he always takes. So that's a joke about him, by the way. That's a joke about him. So he calls them the servant steps because they go down to the garage and the house and all that stuff. But this is the terrible experience in question. This is also the terrible experience. Why? I mean, are you supposed to wear it like, I don't, obviously there's a reason the person got rid of it. Because whatever it's supposed to do, I understand the concept and it's a flattering concept, but the execution on this particular piece of fabric, nope, poor execution. All right, so I'm gonna get these things out because these really are just all things. These are sketches from when I was like, literally when I was an undergrad in college. These were just, we had somebody come to class and pose, and we had to do fast sketches with charcoal, like super, 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 super quick, rapid charcoal in art class. And that's what those are. And I've still got them because I could have a problem. But that was undergrad college. That was like sophomore year. So yeah, that's so silly. But I still have them. They're still hanging around. And then just random, just stuff. Like, why do I even have this? Not even, why do I hang on to this stuff? Anyway, random half watercolor of a mountain and a sky that I did like probably 20 years ago. What the heck is this? Wait a minute, what is this? Random pen and ink and marker. And again, probably 20 years old of a flower, maybe more. Yeah. So I have this stuff that I have to find a place for now. And that's the stuff that happens when you keep everything. What do I do with it? And it just gets shoved somewhere all the time. I'm going to put it with my canvases because what I do with stuff like that sometimes. So the reason I can't ever get rid of things like that is because then I'll use it in another piece of art later. So that like flower will get repurposed 25 years later in another painting. And that's kind of cool, frankly. I think that's kind of neat. So these are all glazes. These are all underglazes. And this is the sharpener that I need to go with the underglaze pencils that I have. All right, so this is all glaze stuff. I need to get it all in one place, and then we'll figure it out. And these are some things I need to glaze that just got shoved in here because they just needed a place to go and we didn't have a place for them to go at the time. This was back, what was that, in November something? Because these were a little late. I remember saying I waited too long, but they're little ghosties. Okay, you're actually over here. Sorry. Yeah, they're little clay ghosties. I have the ones I actually finished up. These are the ones I didn't like as much. But the ones I liked, I went through the whole process. So I need to just put these on the 2 kiln shelf. Get that baby back in action. He's been out of commission for months and months and months and months. So this is cool. This is actually really nice. Get everything back in action. This whole thing's been shut down. I got all sorts of partially done projects in here that have just been pushed into the back. So this has really needed to happen. Yeah, look at this. Check this out. I got a couple guys. I got another partially finished. See, he's even glazed on the inside because I wanted him to be dark. And then a couple of, there's a plate, one of my rough edged, and then another. These are the ones I didn't like as much, which is why they're all the ones I liked that I thought were higher quality, better made. Just these were all the kind of junky ones. The ones I liked more are actually on the shelf finished. Junky. That's not fair. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that about you. I'm sorry. That wasn't cool. That was not fair. Of less skill and had some issues that were of no fault of your own within the kiln. I like the little ghosties. I'd like to do that like September or so that folks have them in October, maybe bigger than that. And then I'd like to do the skulls as a workshop because I have those skull forms. Uh, and then I also have Christmas tree forms and would like to do some like I guess Christmas trees, but like holiday Yuletide kind of things. But there's some more bowls and stuff. I was stopping here really more to just show that there was more glazed stuff that I can't wait to see how it turns out. It's been in there for a long time, so yeah, this will be really cool. This stuff's just been chilling. I should just load it right in. I honestly totally forgot it was in there. I really did. I just forgot it was in there. We just shoved it in the closet so that we could work on this place months and months and months ago, and I forgot it was in the closet. So this is kind of exciting. Okay, and this stuff's not even glazed yet. So this is just stuff I fired. This was stuff that I was a little disappointed in, actually. It was all wheel thrown. Well, the ghost wasn't wheel thrown, but the other stuff was wheel thrown, and I was having a bad day. And it was wonky. I fired it anyway. I fired it anyway, but it wasn't very good. I was kind of disappointed. Man, you can just have a bad day on the wheel. I mean, you can have a bad day with any art, but I've whew, never had anything quite like the wheel where you can just have a bad day. Like you could have it all together one day and just be skilled and things are coming together and it looks great and woo, I know what I'm doing. And then the next day or the next hour, it all just falls apart. It just all falls apart. And it's you're in the wrong headspace. Something's gotten under your skin. Um, yeah, it's wild. It is wild. You really have to just be centered. Not only does your clay, at least for me, I mean, maybe other potters would feel different about that. People who've been at it for a long time, people who do it in a production capacity. Um, but I very, very much felt like, or I do very, very much. You can tell it's been a while since I've done it. Um, it's been too many months for it to be sitting right there. But oh man, I really do just feel like you got to be with it. You got to be centered. You got to be all right with yourself and everything, or stuff goes off. It just doesn't work, and it can happen in a heartbeat. I think it's amazing. I love wheel throwing. You guys hear me say that a lot, I think, but I just really do think. I just think wheel throwing pottery is cool. I think it's cool, and I think people who make it look effortless are cool. I think it's neat. I love to watch. I love to watch. I love to watch. I love to watch. I love to watch artists. I love to watch craftspeople. It doesn't have to be artists. Any well, that is an art. Any craftsperson is an artist. Art is what you call art is subjective. Um, but I love to watch people who love what they do and have practiced it and get into flow when they do it. And man, it's just neat. All right, this stuff actually, again, this is that whole making it worse before you make it better. This stuff has to move out of here. Grrr, to make more space on the clay shelf. It's actually good because it means I have more stuff to fire. And this stuff is jewelry stuff that needs to go over with the notions. All the little jewelry bits and pieces. Bits and pieces, pieces and bits. My goodness. Bins, bins and bins and bins. Bins and bins of stuff. Notions and things. Yeah, okay. This is just going to go over here. I got distracted from my spots. I need my spot back. Grr. But I found another glaze. Crystal Magic Glaze. Peacock Eyes. That one's pretty. I like it. And I found a few more things that need to be glazed. So let me get those. Ooh. Two things that were, but that I didn't like the way they turned out. So move this over here. I'll decide if I am going to glaze it or if I just am going to leave it and call it done. And then these guys were some projects that I messed up, and I've learned since what I did wrong. These were in 2024. You can tell they're way too thin, which is why they bowed. But they're wall hangings, way too thin. But I want to do these. I want to do more of these, so that you can do little wall hangings. And they're for like outside. Put plants on. I just made them too small. And like a little planter up here. There's another one. They all bowed, but again, I just made them too skinny. This was years ago. I've learned. But I made a bunch of them. The ones that worked out are out and about. These are just messed up ones that you can put in plant pots or whatever. That's why they're around. I just put them around and stuff. This one actually is possible to hang outside just for a decoration. But these are fun. These are cool little projects. These are really cool. But now I need to get them out of here to get them away from me, and they can move outside. They do not need to be in here anymore. Oh, sorry. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I clipped this microphone up here, I was like, at some point, I'm lucky, actually, because what I knew was going to happen was at some point I was going to think it was a spider and be like, ah! I knew something. I just hit it. At least the whole spider thing didn't happen. But I was like, at some point, something's going to happen here. I am going to forget. I think what I'm going to use this closet for is all kind of the maker stuff, the cords and cables and electronics that right now are just kind of sort of all over the place, that don't work great right now, that someone would be welcome to fiddle with. Frankly, if they wanted to, just fiddle with. I don't care. You can fiddle with. What's the worst you could do? Break it? It's broken already. You might make it work. I don't know. So I think that's what the closet's going to be. And then that stuff's not all over here, kind of just laying about. And it's an easy space to pull things out of if that's something that a person wanted to mess around with. I think that is appropriate. Sounds good to me anyway. You know. I don't know where this is actually going. I carried it over with me like I knew what I was doing. I just know it has to do with glaze, but I don't know where that goes yet. So that's a problem. More glaze and glaze buckets. Love little buckets. I love little buckets. My God, I love little buckets. Jesse was getting ready to throw away a little bucket. Actually, he wasn't getting ready to because he knows me and he asked me if I wanted the little bucket. No, he was not going to throw it away because he knows who he lives with. I was like, no, don't throw away the little bucket. I love the little bucket. My goodness, there's a lot of crap in here. Oh, I need to get, plastic. So much stuff. But I found more paintbrushes. We like that. Where do I have all the paintbrushes? Up here. Watch out. My goodness. It just goes deep. It's a big closet. It just keeps going. Well, these are little things. It's not that big of a closet. But this is little stuff. Onesie, twosie. Okay, that's actually in a container already. Oh my gosh. This hasn't even been fired yet. It's just hanging out, all bisqueware, fragile. But it's still there. Yay, terracotta. I have some terracotta that I haven't opened yet that I got. Might be the next thing I mess around with, but I don't know if it will be or not. But I do like it. It is very forgiving. All right. Let's get this out of here. All right. We got a seat cushion. I think that should be out here. Everybody likes a seat cushion. There we go. We like seat cushions. Some tiny little folding chairs. These guys go, like, you basically are sitting on the ground. Oh, wait. I know exactly. Wait a second. Can these go right here? Oh my god, there's ladybugs. They are around. Wow. Not quite an official infestation, but it's working on it. Fun. What the heck is this? Okay, we can move this sideways. I can still close the door. I was a Jenga master. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Same stuff. So much less space. It's a miracle. Back it up. Back it up. the old one of those little wall hangings that got mega twisted. You can see, and I again made them so thin. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. Didn't like watch a YouTube video or anything. I don't know. Just winged it, but went total Eye of Sauron kind of thing here. I was gonna glaze it anyway, and then find some place just out in the wilderness to put it, and just let it like chill. So I'm still intend to do that at some point. Hey, there's a pool noodle buried in here. Never know when you need a pool noodle. Those are useful craft items. I have a remarkable amount of free floor space. I'm just gonna say it. Oh wait, not there, there, here. Here we go. Now the black table is covered again, so there's that. We won't talk about that. All right. This I would like because this is ridiculous. Look at this. There is a completely empty storage container in the floor in here. Why would this be in here? There's an empty storage container in the floor in here. It's ridiculous. I can use this. It's even got little smell good things in it. So yeah, we're gonna use that. I can go under the bed in the other room. Not even take up closet space. What? That's right. Thank you. Not sure what we're gonna put in it, but I got stuff. I got stuff. All right. I like the way this is going. I just obviously needed to eat some potatoes. Potatoes make everything better. They do. And potatoes and water. Drink water and eat potatoes. Secret to world peace right there. Drink water, eat potatoes. Touch grass, breathe fresh air. Everything would be better. Okay. And leave people the hell alone. Oh, mamacita. Doing a little dusting, pretty dusting. Not really a time of year for this anymore, but it is quite cute. Sitting in, let me dust it a little bit more. Hang on. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Oh, we got a little bit of rusty. I don't like that. I think the yeah, I'm pretty sure the remote to this is sitting in the bedroom. So it's really kind of a shame it's been sitting here in the closet this whole time. But then again, there's not been anybody staying in the bedroom this winter. So, ta-da. Yeah, and actually, I think it's the Duraflame. Yeah, because we have another one of these that doesn't have the whole setup. It's just a flame. That's the one that has the remote. I don't know that this one has a remote, but it's cute and it puts off a lot of heat. I'll put it over here. And it doesn't take up any space. And it can be used as a little table because the top does not get hot at all. I used to use this as a primary heat source. That was fun. That was not fun. That was not a good time. There we go. But that's cute. That's nice. There we go. Very nice. Cozy, even. But not in a cluttered way. Not like you're making excuses for it being cluttered, but like it's actually just cozy. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm back. Back in the game. All right. Well, that opened up some space. What the heck is this? What is this? This looks like people who stayed here left it here. That is Murphy oil soap. Oh, wow. Okay. And 7th generation wood cleaner. Ooh. Okay. So those are cleaning products. Put that with a little duster and we'll pull that to the front. We'll pull you over to the far side. All right, pull it. All right, I can at least get to you now. Wow. It's like a whole room all of a sudden. Not really. Not really. I feel like I need to show you guys this now, but it's not a room. It's not the room. It's not the room. But there is a reason I was so freaking good at Jenga whenever man. That's right. That's right. I even see one more little hole that I can. Oh yeah, it's going in. It's going in. Come on, baby. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. And last but not least, that one's gonna fit no problem. I already see it. Just like bam. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. These are going downstairs to get washed. What? That's right. That's right. All right. So this is the cleaning stuff. If I can put it under the sink, it would be sweet. But, oh yeah. I mean, once that's a little bit there figured out, but yeah, that's not a problem. Nice. Oh, yeah. Water. All right. Well, first thing, this guy's got. Oh, and this is the Duraflame remote. I was even just speaking of Duraflame remote. Found it. Haha. I'm gonna put that actually right here. I really need to put it with the Duraflame, which is I think downstairs in the said garage. All right. Unfortunately, this shark is dead and past its warranty. Its battery no longer holds a charge. It's just the battery. This battery that has something wrong with it. Just the battery. Otherwise, it is perfectly good. Pisses me off. Because otherwise, it's perfectly good, and it would be lovely to have this darn thing do this place. But the battery will no longer hold a charge for some reason. So it's going to go in the closet. It's going in the maker closet. So if somebody has got skills, batteries, and you want to come up and tinker, yo, tinker. This is a tinkering closet. You are welcome. And nothing to give you for it other than my, I don't know, admiration, pottery lessons, painting lessons. I don't know. We can talk. But this is the base. The base seems to be fine. It is the battery that will not hold a charge. And I actually have two of them, and they are both. So I would not recommend buying them, unfortunately. I wish I could be like, yay, sharks! But my experience with them is two batteries die. And they even replaced them. So they were nice. And they replaced two batteries. They actually replaced one entire device. The entire device. That's why one doesn't actually match its base anymore. It's white and the base is black. But they're still not even 2 years old. Two of them, not even 2 years old. And I don't charge. Two of them don't hold charges. So, yeah, I can't recommend. Cannot recommend. Really wanted to like them. Desperately wanted to like. Wanted that desperately because, man, do like my narwhal really well. Unfortunately, you have to like replace the bag all the time, which was not what I wanted to be part of that. So that wasn't cool. But that's part of the narwhal thing is you have to replace the stupid bag all the time. Otherwise, it works great and has worked consistently and like all the time and has never been ever an issue. So there's that. But bummer, right? Bummer. First world problems. I think we call those. I think that's what we call those. Not real problems. Problems that aren't problems. I think we call those. All right. So I have all these electronics. I think what I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to like take off from you guys for a couple and pull together some baskets and boxes from downstairs. Because all the stuff that the electronics are in right now, like over in that corner, they're overflowing. So it doesn't even make sense to take what they're in now and put it in the closet because that's not organization. So that's just moving chaos from place to place. And that's not what I'm trying to do right now. So I think what I need to do is find some baskets, bins, go in the not basement, it's basement to here, the garage really, because I think we have some empty bins down there that are larger. Go down, look through some of that stuff. Probably have to clean it out a little bit, bring it up here and use some of that so that everything's not overflowing. And that's probably going to be the next step. Yep, I think that's gonna be my next thing. So I'm gonna say goodbye for another so that I can go and do that and move this forward. But that was cool. This is really cool. This is super duper cool. In fact, let me why not? Here we go. Come check the closet. Let us go into the closet. Let us go into the closet. It is fun. This is fun. Ooh. These are the paintings. That's the bluebird. Those are the elements in the bluebird. Let us go. Oh dear, we're stuck on stuff. I can do this. I can make this happen. I can make this happen. I am a creative force. I'm a force. I'm something. Anyone will tell you that. She's something. Oh, here we go. We got this. We got this, baby. This thing has a telescoping arm. How close are we? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, you're looking at the wall. There you go. As close as you're gonna get, I think. There you go. We got a closet. And it's not bad. There's a little edge around there. You can make it a little around the edge. So yeah, see. Investigations say closet space. They also say if I say I'll make it happen, I'll make it happen. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna go do my thing. I'm gonna go pull some things together. I'll be back and then we'll continue to make things happen because that's what we do around here. Onward. Don't call me any of your family names.